evening, viewers, and welcome to this edition of NTV Sports Page. It's Thursday, the 4th of November, and I'm Curtis Morton. In our headlines, Indian team get real vex. And in our feature for this evening, bike relay set for Mountain. We'll take this break, and I'll be right back.
Nevis is safe. Nevis is ready to welcome the old, the young, and the very young like me. We are doing our best so you can enjoy your rest. The sun, sea, and sand of our beautiful shores awaits you.
Well, I'm back and we start with cricket. The Indian cricket fans were vexed. After all, their beloved team had started their 2021 T20 World Cup campaign on a sour note. They had lost badly to New Zealand, and to make matters worse, they had lost their next match in an even more comprehensive fashion against arch-rivals Pakistan of all teams. This was too much. The fans were angry. The media and the top cricket analysts and past cricketers were not saying nice things about the team in the majority. So on Wednesday, the 3rd November, as the Indian team faced off with Afghanistan, renowned for its top world-class spin bowlers and power hitters, many thought that this could be another tricky game for the Indian team. However, on the day, the Indian cricketers themselves got vexed. Afghanistan made the error to send them into bat first, and those Indian cricketers showed just how vexed they were. They simply went berserk on the Afghan bowling. Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul took the total to 140 in the 14th over before they were parted, hitting 5 sixes and 14 fours between them. Then skipper Virat Kohli made a strategic move. Instead of coming in to bat, he sent in two other power hitters in Rishabh Pant and Hardik Pandya, and they slam dunked the remainder of the overs, hitting another 5 sixes and 5 fours between them. The eventual total was an impressive 210 for 2 at the end of 20 overs. The Afghan team virtually limped off the field, and when they batted, they were not allowed to respond in kind. Wickets fell at regular intervals, and despite cameos from Nabi and Jant, it was always going to be a case of too little, too late. They succumbed at 144 for 7 at the end of their 20 overs. India not only won the match in handsome fashion, but critically also improved their net run rate in a big way. Summarized scores: India 210 for 2, Rohit 74, Rahul he got 69, beat Afghanistan 144 for 7, Janat got 42 not out, Nabi 35, Shami bagged 3 for 32, and Ashwin 2 for 14. And so India won by all of 66 runs. Meanwhile, Michael Gove, the English umpire, will no longer officiate in the ongoing Men's T20 World Cup 2021 following a breach of the tournament's biosecurity protocols. Gove has just finished serving a 6-day suspension, and though he was initially expected to return, the ICC said he would be pulled out, keeping his well-being in mind. The ICC recognizes the extended periods he has spent in biosecure conditions over the past 2 years and will continue to support the well-being of all match officials operating in this environment, the body said in a statement on Wednesday. Gove had to be suspended from his duties during the tournament for a 6-day period starting October the 28th following a breach of the event's biosecurity protocols. The sanction from the ICC came after Gove left his hotel without permission and went outside of the tournament's bio bubble. He missed one game as a result, the October 31st fixture between India and New Zealand in Dubai, when South Africa's Marius Erasmus stood in his place. Gove's next game was supposed to have been earlier today when West Indies took on Sri Lanka in Abu Dhabi. And by the way, a replacement for Gove is yet to be named, and I have one suggestion. They can indeed call up Carl Tuckett. We'll take this break, and I'll be back with our feature for this evening.
Breathe. Release. Feel. Transform. Embrace. You.
Well, I'm back, and tonight cycling is in the spotlight. The SKN Moves Nevis chapter will be hosting its next big event for the year. Sheila James tells us more in this exclusive interview. The Health Promotions Unit on Nevis is a very active unit. So from one activity, they go into another. So having done the Half Island Walk Relay, and I think we're going to have another big activity shortly. Sheila James is with me. Sheila, what's the next big activity?
I'm so glad you mentioned that. So yes, we just finished doing the Half Island Road Relay Walk, which was an instant success. And on the back of that, we're now going to be doing the Bike Relay. This is our second event for the year under the SKN Moves Nevis chapter in collaboration with the National Weight Loss Programme and endorsed by the Ministry of Health. This year's a special one because on the 19th of November, it's International Men's Day. And so we're dedicating the Bike Relay for International Men's Day. So obviously this year it's just a men's only event, only for this year.
Okay, so no women this time
No
around?
women this year, apart from me and our volunteers.
Okay, but you won't be cycling?
No.
Okay.
I won't be cycling. We just make sure everything's running smoothly.
Okay, because I see you holding the trophy very early. So
because-
maybe let's talk about the trophy. Who is donating it and all
the
that?
trophy is actually donated by Ricardo Keynes law firm, and this will be the second year. Last year, the team that won it was, can you guess?
I don't remember.
Lockdown. Because it was COVID, wasn't it? So last year, Lockdown won it. We don't know who's going to win it this year. We're hoping to have 7 teams.
So obviously it's a rotating trophy because
It's a
it's, not
rotating
lockdown.
trophy.
It's not lockdown.
It's not locked down anymore, no. We hopefully not. So we don't know who's going to win this year, but this is what you can win, and we're really excited. So registration has actually now opened officially.
And what's the date for the big event?
Yes, the date is Sunday, the 28th of November. Can I just say we are collaborating with Gender Affairs on this particular one, so I have to say a special thank you to them because they're our main sponsors this year. Obviously, Winston Crook is another sponsor.
Okay.
So this year I want to say a special thank you to our main sponsors, the Department of Gender Affairs, our main sponsor, Winston Crook for the bicycles and the helmets, Mr. Swanston from the food centre, who's donating the water. He's one of our main sponsors. He'll be sponsoring Oasis, which is a very popular water down here, and of course ICDF. And of course to all our volunteers and media platforms who is pushing this event for us, and of course the National Weight Loss Programme, David Warwin.
What about the actual route? Because I remember last time they started right there at the TDC parking lot.
Correct.
How is it going to, and they made a couple of laps. How is it going to work?
Right, so each team will be made up of 3 persons. The TDC car parking lot in Charlestown is the hub. And each cyclist will be given a PIN number specific to their team, because last year we had so much scrambling with the transitioning. Yeah, we don't want that to happen again this year, so we're going to make it a lot easier for the cyclists. So each team will be given a PIN number of 4 letters. So for example, it could be TING. Okay. So the volunteer for each hub will be able to tick off as each cyclist comes in. You come and you do number 1, you tick off T. That's your first lap. ING to the 4th, you hand over. A bracelet will be exchanged to the next handover. We're sticking to the protocols, which is very important, so there will be sanitizers available, and of course you don't need to be wearing a mask when you're cycling. You need to take in all that nice fresh air, fill your lungs. Obviously when we come back for the presentations, we will then,
So in terms of the actual circling, you're going to start in the TDC parking lot.
Right, so you want to know the
down
route.
Samuel Lunkins Drive?
Yes.
So
we come out, so we start on the main road for the first leg.
Okay.
We cycle up Hunkins Drive, Then we swing left.
Oh, left. This
No,
one.
right. Sorry, right
By
at the
Roman
Catholic Church,
right?
and you continue all the way. You pass Low Street, and then you hit the bust in town,
Yeah.
and swing round back into the
Yeah, that's
entrance
happened. Oh, you
where
go
you
right
start.
inside.
Come right inside to then go to the volunteers who will then tick off your pin code, and you continue till you've done 4 laps, and then you hand over to the next cyclist.
Okay.
So it's going to be 12 laps per team.
So each cyclist in a team will do 4 laps.
4 laps, correct.
Before they tick off that first letter.
Yeah, well, they have to do 1 lap. When you do your 1 lap, you tick off the T.
Okay.
Your second lap, because every time you have to come into the TD's car park.
you tick
Right,
the
so we know
I.
how many laps you
I
have
got
actually
you.
done
I
to
got you.
conclude and whoever finishes first is the winner.
Gotcha.
Win this wonderful trophy.
Okay. Any prize monies involved this year?
No, things are tight.
You look
You
so
know, it's
sad.
really tight. I'm very sad. You know, at the end of the day, really and truly, if it's about your health, right, you
Money's
can't put
not-
money
yeah,
on it. You
I
can't
got
put
you.
money on health.
I got you.
It comes down to the individual.
Right.
If you're doing this for a number of reasons. You're doing it for health, you're doing it for unity,
And for
you're meeting
fun.
new people, for
Yeah.
fun. It's great for your
Enjoyment,
mental
yeah,
health.
yeah.
It's got all these aspects that money cannot possibly
That is
buy,
true, that is
you know, and money is a temporary thing.
Yeah.
It would be nice, and if there are anybody out there who wants to be a sponsor in the future, we're not going to say no.
I got
It
you.
would be great. But, you know, for the moment, we're happy to do what we're doing.
Do you have a limit on registration in terms of numbers?
We do. We need 21 males to take part. We're looking at 7 teams of 3 in each team.
Okay.
The reason why we have to keep the numbers limited, obviously, because traffic is a problem. We don't want to keep traffic closed off for too long. COVID restrictions and the amount of persons within the hub areas. We're trying to make sure that we've got enough space between us. So those are the reasons why we're doing it that way.
Okay, so the starting time is...
6 a.m.
And what time you expect to finish?
We hope to finish by 10 o'clock in the
10 o'clock
morning.
in the
By
morning.
10 o'clock in the morning. Just bearing in mind, for those of you who are interested, you don't have to be a professional cyclist. This is all about fun. If you've never ridden a bike, you know, there's still time to get some training in. For those of you who have ridden a bike, just come and enjoy it. It's just going to be lots of fun.
And are there specifications on the type of bike? Or you could
Well,
bring
the bike,
your own bike?
no. Winston Crook is going to provide the bikes for us, which he did
great.
last year, and it was successful, and we're going to do the same again this year. Obviously, the teams are allocated bikes. The teams are allocated the bikes to the length of their legs.
Gotcha.
So that's how they'll find out which teams they'll be in, and that will be announced on the actual morning of the bike relay.
In terms of the general public, guiding them through the traffic blocks on that day, probably blocks will be set up before 6. How does that
Yes.
work?
Okay, so we're working with the police, and I'm still waiting for confirmation from the police. So in the likelihood that we do go ahead with this, because we've been granted permission to do the bike relay, we're going to have the first roadblock at the top of when you swing round by the Catholic Church, the road that when it
Okay.
curves, instead of going left, that left road will be blocked temporarily.
Okay.
When you get to Craddock Road entrance by
Yeah,
Low
we
Street,
blocked
that
as
will be
well.
blocked, and the main street coming up towards the apron, that will be blocked as well temporarily.
Okay.
It's for the safety of the cyclists.
All right, thank you so much, Sheila. And as we wrap up, look into the camera, remind the general public and the cyclists who need to get their registrations in quickly because numbers are limited. Your final words.
Okay, so registration is now open. You can contact me on 469-552 on extension 6393, or you can come to the office to register. You will be given a package of information. You will also be asked for your T-shirt size because you'll be wearing T-shirts to represent International Men's Day on the day of the event. And of course, you'll be given medals and certificates. And also ICDF have given us little parcels to give out at the end of the actual relay.
And no cost for registration.
The cost for registration is $15, and that will cover your breakfast.
Okay. All right. Well, we look forward to Men on Men's Day
Yes.
dominating the cycling event here on Nevis.
Thank you very much, Curtis.
Thank you, Sheila. Well, that's our package for this evening. I am Curtis Morton, reminding you that you can watch sports if you're not fit. But to play sports requires fitness, diligence, and sacrifice. Have a good night.